morning, it's Karen from Simply Living for Him. I'm here to do my daily encouragement video from God's Word. I hope you find these videos to be a blessing in some way. If you do, I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with a friend. Just an aside, for some reason, my podcast episode this week, the latest episode went up on September 8th. Apple Podcasts, if you are a subscriber to Apple, is not showing it. It is only showing back to September 1st. We don't know why. It's up on all the other streaming apps and on my blog. So if you are a subscriber or you're interested in the latest episode and you haven't seen it, it's because Apple isn't showing it, and I don't know why. We're trying to work on that. So you can go over to anchor.fm/simplylivingforhim. You can go to Spotify, Stitcher, all the podcast streaming apps, or simply go to my website at Simply Living for Him for the latest podcast episode. Hopefully we will resolve that soon. So I wanted to read to you something today that I wrote a few months back, actually, because I thought it would be a great encouragement for a daily devotional. So I wrote, "Money isn't the secret to happiness, because the wealthiest people in the world can still suffer from addictions, depression, and fears. Fame isn't the key to happiness, because often the most famous people feel alone. Possessions aren't the answer to fulfillment, because those who have the most always seek more. Worldly achievements aren't the answer to satisfaction, because there's always something more to achieve. Temporal objects are never the answer to an eternal problem." You see, we are all born with an inner desire for eternity. If we don't find God, we will constantly try to drown out that inner need with tangible things. But there is only one way to fulfill that void. For those who know Jesus, they have the answer. They know that wealth and fame and achievements may feel good for a fleeting moment, but they also understand not to put their hope in things. We hope in Jesus because we were created to follow Him. We were created for an eternity with Him. It's that longing that you feel inside that you try to fill with other things. When I wrote this, I was sitting and looking outside on my property and just letting the sun shine on my face. It was one of those warm summer days. The circumstances that were happening around me were not perfect. They never are. I certainly haven't achieved everything. We certainly don't have all the money in the world, all of those things. But in that moment, I thought, this is it. It wasn't the place that I was in or the circumstances around me. It wasn't my house or my possessions. It was Jesus. I knew in that moment that He is my everything. He is whom I live for. And I never felt so full. I remember that moment so clearly. Then I included the words here to that famous hymn, "Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in His wonderful face, and the things of this earth will grow slowly dim in light of His glory and grace." So I just wanted to read that to you guys today. I thought that would make a great devotional. Remember that our hope is not in anything of this world. Our hope is in Jesus. If you're constantly running for something and chasing after something, but never quite feeling full, have you come to the realization that Jesus is the only answer? So many of us are always looking to fulfill ourselves with all kinds of things. But truly, Jesus is the only thing that will ever fulfill all that we are looking for. So I hope this encourages you today. If it does, let me know. Share it with a friend. And until the next time, I wish you all the blessings and joy in Jesus today.